Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Let me send this out real quick. I had to think about what today is. Thursday. I was going to say happy Wednesday. It's totally not Wednesday. I'm sure all these days running together. Already. Come on in, come on in. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. And after you do that, let me know where you are watching from. Because I want to know. Oh, excuse me. Let me know where you're watching from. Oh my goodness, man. Sorry, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Shalom. Hi. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And what I do is that I support my amazing clients who are women leaders. I support them in embodying their feminine essence, through feminine leadership, emotional mastery, so that they can sustain their success as well as activate their feminine influence, their magnetic influence, as I like to say. Hey, Florida. Hey, hey, hey. So, a lot of my work that I have done basically supports my clients in boosting their income, achieving better health results, building better relationships. My clients have gone from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi 6 figures. I built a 6 figure business plus from the ground up myself without hustling. So, I don't position my clients to hustle. I actually teach my clients to catch bags instead of chasing them. Tara, did you get my message, boo? Oh, I'm glad you came in. Did you get my message? Because I just sent you a message. And today we're going to be talking about the energy reset you need to magnetize wealth this year. So if you're wanting to magnetize wealth this year, we're going to talk about it. Okay? We are going to talk about it. And when I'm speaking about wealth, let me be very clear for those who are just now joining me for the first time. Okay, awesome. Wealth is consists of 5 specific areas when I'm speaking about wealth. I'm speaking about financial resources. I'm speaking about emotional fulfillment. I'm speaking about time autonomy. I'm speaking about healthy relationships, and I'm speaking also about growth and purpose. Okay, so when we're talking about building generational wealth, we're pouring into those 5 buckets. All right. So if that's what you're wanting to get or gain in 2025, this is going to be the absolute live for you. If you're just coming in, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. And tell me in the comments, what are some of the things that you want to magnetize for yourself this year? What are some of the things that you want for yourself? Like I had this conversation when some women say, I want to magnetize more love into my space. I want to magnetize more monetary opportunities in my space. Okay, perfect, Tara. I want to manifest more relationships as far as connections in my space. What does it actually look like for you? Hi, Lovey. Hi, DMV. What does that look like for you? So write in the comments, like, what area of wealth are you trying to manifest in 2025? Is it financial resources? Is it emotional fulfillment? Is it time freedom? You're tired of your 9 to 5? Is it healthy relationships, friendships, and romantic? Is it growth and purpose? You just want to grow overall, spiritually and personally. What would you like to manifest? Let me know in the comments, because I want to know. Y'all better write it down, and y'all better type it, write it down and make it plain. Y'all better be real clear about what y'all want. Daily peace and abundance, emotional and physical and financial. All right. I love that. Okay. Anyone else? What do you want to manifest wealth wise? Okay. Remember, wealth consists of the following: spiritual growth and financial freedom. Awesome. What do you guys want to manifest wealth wise? Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. What do you want to manifest and magnetize into your space? What type of wealth? Healthy relationships, financial resources, time freedom. You stick at 9 to 5? You ready to own your time? Financial, emotional fulfillment, overall spiritual, personal, health connections, and community. Beautiful. Okay. All right. This is going to be emotional intelligence, healthy boundaries, financial and physical. Love that. Okay. So this is we're going to talk about the energy reset that you need to magnetize the things that you're saying that you want into your space. Because what I need people to understand is that let's first get into the understanding of magnetism and why I'm so stuck on magnetism and why I'm a magnetic muse and all that great stuff, right? So when we're speaking about magnetism, what everyone has to understand about themselves is that you are a magnet. Okay? You are a magnet. You are a walking magnet. I want you to start thinking about your thoughts as electricity. When you think about thoughts, you see what? Like a light bulb, right? So you think of your thoughts like electricity, and you think of your heartbeat like a magnet. Okay? So when it tells you in scripture to guard your heart above everything else because from it flows life, it really means something because you are able to live life, number one, with your heart, but then also with your heart you also give a different element of life to others through your love. So you should protect that, you should guard that above everything else because that can disrupt your life if you don't. So when we're speaking specifically about, oh, I'm sorry, it threw me off. I thought that was something else. Y'all, what's the last thing I said? I'm sorry. They threw me because I saw something else and I thought that was somebody else. And I was just saying, oh my gosh. What's the last thing I heard me say? Okay, there we go. When you want to magnetize, you have to understand that you are a magnet, okay? So you're thinking about your thoughts as a light bulb, as electricity. And you think about your heartbeat as a magnet. It tells you in scripture, so a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So the heart aspect of what's being talked about in that scripture is what's in the depths of your subconscious mind. If you've ever done a one-on-one with me, then you know we do an activity where we go in the depths of your subconscious mind. Because the depths of your subconscious mind is where the truth is about who you are. It's what you really feel about yourself. It is what you really believe about yourself. And it's where your real programming is. When you get that update on your phone that says it's about to update the programming, what is happening is that it's pushing in new programming so the phone can start operating according to the new programming and less like the old program that was in it previously. A lot of women do not reset or they do not upgrade their programming, so they're still living according to their thought process that's in their subconscious mind, which is their primary programming. And this is why you may see people who you may look at on the outside and be like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, she's so this, she's so that. Why does she continue to deal with men or people who treat her like XYZ and XYZ? It's because of what is happening on the inside of her subconscious mind. Whatever that truth is about herself, that relationship is confirming that belief that she has about herself. So if she's being disrespected, there's a belief within the subconscious mind that says that disrespect is what I'm supposed to get because disrespect is love. That's a program. That's a training. That's something that has been seen. That is something that has been displayed. This is why they say children do what you do, they don't do what you say. This is why it's very serious that you pay attention to your words, your thoughts, your actions, and your energy around your children because your children can pick up. They can pick it up at a higher frequency because they're so sensitive. They just got here. They can feel what's happening in the atmosphere and the energetics. And the law of radiation is a real thing. I talked about that a couple of days ago. The law of radiation is whatever it is that you have on the inside of yourself, you radiate it out, whether you realize it or not. It tells you that even in scripture, out of the mouth, the heart speaks. So whatever is within you is what is going to be magnetized to you. So when you see things in your life experience that you don't value, that you don't like, that you don't care for, or you feel like you keep attracting a certain type of presence into your space that's narcissistic or that's like this or like that, and you're trying to figure out where it's coming from the programming that's within you that needs to be upgraded, that needs to be updated. And if you don't upgrade or update that program, you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And this is why you see people making the same type of mistakes over and over and over again, or the same type of relationships over and over and over again. Okay? So you really have to pay attention to how you are operating spiritually, how you are operating biologically, and how you are operating psychologically, because those are the three key areas that women need to be balanced in to be able to make decisions and to discern properly. Okay? You're speaking and you're discerning from a space of balance. All right? So when it comes down to you being a magnet and you understanding magnetism, the things that are in your life, you call those things forth to you. Whether you call them forth loudly with your mouth or you call them forth energetically with who you are in this current time frame. But the things that are in your life are a reflection of who you are. And that's what we have to understand. So if you don't like your reflection, if you don't like the energy around you, then you're going to have to change the channel. You're going to have to shift. If you don't like what's on the current radio station, you need to change the station. And so if you're prepared to change the station, that means that you're ready to shift your energy. And once you shift your energy, you can reset it and magnetize whatever form of wealth that you really desire for yourself. But you have to be willing to do the work to reset your energy. Okay? And so I'm going to support you on that today. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to talk about the root cause of why you need this reset in order to magnetize whatever it is that you want. If it's better health, if it's more money, if it's better relationships, if it's any of those things, what has to happen is that you have to knock down these three things. You have to get anchored, and then I'm going to tell you specifically how you can go into these steps to actually reset your energy so that you can start to magnetize the things that you want. Okay, so if you're just getting here, put in the comments for me what you want to manifest and magnetize for yourself in 2025. Do you want healthier relationships? Do you want more financial resources? Do you want emotional fulfillment? Do you want growth and purpose? Like you feel like there's more. Do you want time freedom because you are over your 9 to 5 and you are preparing yourself to go ahead and leave? Can I read y'all an article? I'm not even gonna read y'all an article, but I'm just gonna give you a snippet of what I got yesterday. And this is for those who are working 9 to 5s and who are only working 9 to 5s and you have no other form of income. You're sitting on your gifts. I really suggest you don't do that, because there's an article that just went out. I see you, boo. Financial growth and building generational wealth. Okay. There's an article that just went out on Bloomberg, and it was talking specifically about, I'm trying to pull it back up now. Corporate America hired more black workers, then it stopped. Black workers are losing share at big U.S. public companies at conservative amp up and their anti-diversity push ahead of the president that's coming up, second presidential term. So basically what it's saying is that a lot of black people were hired at a bunch of companies like in 2021. And in the midst of a lot of things that was going on. And I want you to think back around that time. Hey, my love. And all these things that were going on, there were big movements. It was during COVID. So there was a lot of like hiring. A lot of people are not going to keep these jobs. They have been firing. This is what a lot of issue that Gen Z has been having. I've been hearing a lot from them where they will get hired on at these companies, and it's really exciting for them to get hired on, and then next thing you know, they're the first ones to be let go. So if you are out here or you on this live and you're saying, you know what, I want generational wealth in the form of time freedom, I want generational wealth in the form of financial resources, then most definitely you might want to pay attention and go ahead and get your energy together. Because like Omida is saying right here, make a job and hire yourself. That's where we're going. So if you're not in that space, it's time for you to really start tapping into the creative and witty inventions in your very being, according to Proverbs 8 and 12. Because you have some, and it might be time for you to go ahead and start activating those, because it's going to be a lot more rude awakening coming for people when it comes down to these 9 to 5. So you need to be setting yourself up. Okay? So if you like, nobody is hiring, nobody is doing that. If nobody is hiring you, you can't see. Some of y'all need to realize the reason why nobody hiring you, because you're not really meant to work for somebody else. Because you trying to go in there and do this with somebody else is really going to make you sick. It's really going to hinder you from being where you need to be. That's why they not calling you. You really supposed to be focused on the things that you actually are supposed to be doing, but you too scared. You need to reset your energy. You need to reset your energy if you want to magnetize wealth this year. And wealth, I'm speaking about, again, financial resources, time freedom, emotional fulfillment, growth and purpose, healthy relationships. That is what generational wealth is. So when you're saying that you want to build generational wealth, that's the commitment that you're making. Because I swear, when we're talking about everybody, like I said, I'm building generational wealth, I promise y'all need to be thinking about the generation beyond money. Because like it tells you in scripture, yes, you are to leave an inheritance for your children. But also, it also tells you, I believe Solomon, and I was talking about this last night, said that it's basically futile for you to be out here worrying about, what your child going to do with the money when they get it. Because they could easily blow it. So you don't worry about it. You just leave the inheritance. But leaving an inheritance is not you just leaving money. It's you leaving wisdom. Because how dare you leave your child with a bag and you can't manage money, and you ain't taught them to manage money, and you ain't taught them to hold boundaries, so they tricking off the money, they ain't got no money, and in a year after you gone, they are broke on the street. You do your babies a disservice by thinking that you create generational wealth by just leaving them money. Period. Because you're not. If you ain't building healthy relationships, you ain't teaching them about generational wealth, because generational wealth includes the riches of relationships. The riches of relationships. Can you repeat what you always say again? It's Proverbs 8 and 12. You have creative and witty inventions in your very being. But the thing is, you have to access that. You have to come into that. A lot of y'all don't get it. You don't receive what it is you're supposed to get because you refuse to get in alignment. And getting in alignment means you're going to lose some people and you're going to lose some things. But that's what happens when you leave one level and go to another. You so worried about losing things that you're not thinking about the things you're going to gain when you get to the frequency of love. You so scared to leave the frequency of fear that you don't understand the people that are waiting on you on the frequency of courage. That you won't even take the first step. You don't know what the Most High has for you, and you won't even step outside. You are holding on to something and hoarding something, when in reality, if you would just let it go, you would be able to receive exactly what the Most High is trying to give you. But no, you want to hold it. You want to hold on to these poor beliefs. You want to hold on to society's thoughts about you, even though you see the world in front of you that you know is crumbling. We don't even recognize this world. Most of us don't even recognize this world. When you have the 80-year-olds, the 60-year-olds, and the 40-year-olds out here like, dang, I ain't never seen it like this. You need to be concerned. You need to be thinking. Because there are things that are happening in this world. And if you are not rooted, if you are not prepared, it's not that there isn't any resources. There are a multitude of resources, but you ain't finna get none because you ain't gonna be able to magnetize it to yourself, because you ain't gonna be able to focus. Because if you can't reset your energy starting now at the strong point, how you start something is how you gonna end something. So what you do in January is gonna be what you doing in December. I know y'all keep seeing these people posting these amazing results. How they look in January, turn around, boom. How they looking in December? How you gonna be looking in December? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. How do I want to be looking in December? How do I want my life to be by December, despite whatever is going on? Under my control, what do I want to get under control? What do I want to focus on? Okay? So, like I said, it's 2025. And a lot of us are already feeling the pressure to start really strong. But here's the thing. People have been hustling since last year, overworking. Don't even get me started. Doing all the things to try to create wealth or success, but deep down, you really feel off. You really feel off. You really don't feel like this is what it's supposed to be. Your energy is drained. Your motivation is slipping. And it seems like no matter what you do, the effort or let's just say the results are not matching the effort that you're putting out there. You are having this happen in relationships. You are having this happen in business. You are having this happen in career. You are having this happen in life. It seemed like you working the hardest you have ever worked, but the results are not matching. Like, it's like the math is not mathing for you. Here's the truth of what a lot of people are not going to tell you. And I mean, a lot of people are not really going to tell you this, even though they will study this behind your back. See, when you go to work for when you go to work for corporations, when you go to school, when you go to 9 to 5s, when they ask you for your information, they are studying you. They are surveying you. Okay? You are being studied. You are a part of a now experiment, because they have to produce data. See, that's the thing I don't think you understand it, right? So they have to produce data. So they are studying you. And what they don't tell you is wealth is not about what you do. It's about how you align your energy. And even systematically, when a corporation is setting up their structure, energy-wise, the entry-level positions, they already know y'all finna be the hardest workers in the building. These are the people who conserve our energy at the top. That's how they see you. That's how they look at you. That's how they see you, for real. That's exactly how they see you. When they are creating their chain, they are aligning their energy. So they don't keep spinning their wheels. They spin your wheels. They tire you out, because that is your position at the bottom for them. That is your position for them. You carry the load. So what they don't tell you is, they tell you that, oh, you just have to work hard, and you'll just get to where I am. But in reality, all you have to do is manipulate energy. And everything is energy. We are walking energy. We are walking matter, right? So if I'm doing this is a manipulation of energy. So all they have to do is manipulate energy, as in human beings. All I got to do is trick you into performing for a spot, paying you cheaply, and then putting you in position to compete against each other, even though we know who is going to go where and who is going to do what. We're going to utilize all of your energy cycles, because we understand if we utilize all of your energy cycles, it's going to attract more money to us, because we can get more work done using your energy, saving our energy, and we get to collect the check, the biggest check. That's basically, when you really look at it, that's what it is. They use your energetics to attract more income without even having to work for it. That's how most businesses operate. When you go in energy levels, they understand that. And a lot of times, the people who are sitting at the bottom at those entry level positions, who are the heart of the company, the worker of the workers of the company, the true worker bees, they understand that you don't know your energy cycles. And because you don't know your energy cycles and they understand it, you become dependent on them. And they know that. They know that. They absolutely, absolutely know that. And they know that you don't know your value, because you won't evolve from the entry level point. This is why it's very important when you go into let me talk to anybody who got a 9 to 5 right now. If you don't, if you don't use them the way they using you, and I mean start today. If you don't start using them the way they are using you, if you don't stop looking for them to care about you, then you're going to be out here looking crazy. You need to start using them. You need to use your PTO. You need to use all the skill sets and the things that you are learning from that job. You need to be going every single day and be using the job as a case study of how you don't want to do business. If you are setting yourself up and you know you're supposed to be in an entrepreneurial space. See, I work with women leaders, but I'm going to talk for a second to those who want to lead a 9 to 5. When you want to leave the 9 to 5, you start building your cushion with your gifts and your talents and your skill sets. You learn everything you can on that job as far as how policy and procedure works. So when you set up your business, you already know how to set up your standards, your policies, and your procedures. You know exactly how you want to do business. Let me tell you something. You study that company so good and you know it so in and out so much to where you can become a consultant for their competition. See, y'all don't be thinking. You use them. You use your PTO. You use your PTO when you need time to rest, when you need time to focus on what you're supposed to be doing in your business. Corporations are taxing on your soul to meet their goals. How are you going to explain that to the one that created you when the one that created you asked you why you didn't complete your assignment? Are you going to say you had to continue to allow a corporation to tax on your soul to meet their goals? Is that... Because I'm just trying to understand, because it says in scripture that you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. So you really don't even have to be dependent upon a system. Some people were created to work within a system, and there are those who are not. And if you know that you are one of those people who are not, and who is not supposed to be in that type of space, you better learn how to use that corporation to move. Somebody asked me, how do you use a corporation? Let me tell you how I use the corporation. Real quick. First and foremost, I took advantage of their employee assistant program. So when they stressed me out, you know what I did? I went to the therapy sessions. And I was very honest in my therapy session. Do you understand what I'm telling you? About the stresses and the things that were happening at that job that were causing me problems and that actually started to impact my health. See, I started telling them the truth. And see, when I started telling them the truth about how this particular job was impacting me, they made a decision that they wanted to take me off work, right, for FMLA. And I had studied FMLA so good to where I knew that I had other skill sets because I was a makeup artist and I was a bridal makeup artist that would be paid thousands of dollars a day, right? So I knew I could set up some weddings and I could work on FMLA because with FMLA, y'all stressing me out. I can't work for y'all. I can't work with y'all. This particular place is stressing me out to the point to where I need to leave. But me being a makeup artist is a part of my art. Me being a makeup artist is a part of my creativity. Me being able to do that is just something that I happen to be really good at, to where I can get paid for it as well. And during that time frame, I spent a lot of time grounding myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally by continuing to go to these sessions and different things like that while I was off work, and I was strengthening my mindset and preparing myself to leave. And when I was off, taking and using up that PTO, I was planning my exit, that I was going to go back within 6 months and work to build up a little bit more time to give me a little bit more cash flow so I can make my exit. But first I had to make a decision on when I was actually leaving. So I actually wrote down a date, because the Bible does tell you to write it down and make it plain. And when you write something down and you make a decision to do it, it becomes law. So if you choose not to honor your own law, you can't get mad at other people when they violate your boundaries and violate your own laws. So what I chose to do was honor the date that I said I was going to leave. So when I went back into that experience, after completely submitting this whole thing to the Most High, the Most High was like, yes, this is what we're doing. When I first got back, guess what? Them people was planning to fire me. They was trying to fire me. Let me put you on game of what they tried to do. I don't think I never told nobody this in full. So they tried to put me on a desk duty because I was working something else, working another job. Now, there was nothing in their clauses that said that I couldn't work anything else. It just said that I could not work there because that particular job was stressing me out. So when they tried to do that and they were basically trying to get me fired, I knew the policy. See, this is another thing. Why stop working at companies and you don't know the policy? The reason why they get you is because you don't know what's in there black and white. Stop letting people tell you it's rain while they piss on your head. Y'all don't like to read nothing. When you get that book that you sign, while you signing that soul contract saying that you're going to allow them to tax on your soul, your mind, your willpower, and your heart set, and your actions and all that to get their job done, how about you sign up and know exactly what you're signing up for? How about you know how to read that paperwork to be able to use it against them? How about that? Because the minute that they were trying to play them games with me, I pulled out the paperwork. See, I pulled out the paperwork. And they had to come back and apologize to me. They had to come back and apologize. Then I really was going to stick to my date. Oh, y'all trying to get me? I done found it. Y'all trying to get me? Trust me when I tell you, baby, the Most High says don't touch his anointed. I wasn't even worried about it. I said like this. I said real good, because y'all ain't got nothing. Because I know I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm covered and I'm protected. When I say divinely protected, self-highly respected, I'm not playing. The Most High says don't touch his anointed. So I just sat back. I ain't argue. Oh, that's what I did? Oh, okay. Bet that. And when they came back and had to apologize, guess what I did at that time frame when I said I was leaving? I left and I went back out and I spent up that time. And when I spent up that time, I went ahead and focused on what I needed to focus on. I started my business. And on the last day, when they said you don't have any more time, you have to return or we're going to have to terminate you, I said, consider this my resignation. So you talking about how you use them? You use them. Because they using you. You use what they give you to pour back into you. They got a program that you can get in on, or they gonna pay. Can you energetically afford to give them 2 years for them to be able to pay off this, so you can go ahead and get these things under their name and then turn around and use it for your own elevation? See, you got to be thinking, y'all going into these, the problem why you get stuck at these 9 to 5s is because you're going into there with that mindset like, this is my career, I'm putting everything into this, they're supposed to appreciate me, you supposed to appreciate you. You supposed to appreciate you. Them companies don't care about you. Them companies care about their bottom line. Them companies care about their bottom line. They don't care about you. You want somebody to care about you? Care about yourself. You need to go into every single 9 to 5 with how can they benefit me? I already know what they finna get off me. How can this benefit me? How can this elevate me? How can this push me to the next level? And if it can't, you don't need to be entering into those spaces. It don't make sense. Baby, go into a corporation and make them a whole bunch of money in sales, and to sit around and tell me that you scared to start your business when you done made this company $1 million, but you scared to step out on your own is crazy. You are in love with an abuser. You got Stockholm syndrome with your job. You in love with the person that's abusing you, the entity that's abusing you. Cause ain't no way. You know what it's giving? Why we gonna leave? We got a good life right here on the plantation. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. When you don't want to free yourself, you keep your own self in these cages. Like, really. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. At this point in time, in 2025, to be a slave is a true choice. Because slavery begins in the spirit and it captivates in the mind. You understand what I'm telling you? It's not a joke. It's not a game. Better wake up. Better hit that energy reset. Let me go and give y'all this energy reset, because I done gave y'all a lot more. Y'all made me sit up and some more. Them people ain't going to tell you that wealth is about how you align your energy to attract. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these comments and these likes. Okay? Until you reset your energy, y'all. Thank you, my love. Until you reset your energy, you're going to keep spinning in the same cycles over and over and over and over and over again. And it's going to get to a point to where you get exhausted, until you get so misaligned that you hate life. You ever see women, as they get older, they just get so bitter. And it eats away at their beauty. It eats away at their spirit. It eats away at their essence. And you can look at them and tell that what they really want is to be loved, to be poured into, to be adorned, to be valued. But they're so bitter from their experiences and from not rebooting and reprogramming themselves that they feel like all the reality that they know is pain, is broken. And that's what they speak. And that's what the energy is around them. And that's how they look. Thank you, my love. And that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to me because I'm 41. And I'm looking at, baby, when I get my 50s, I'm going to be fine. Because I ain't letting nothing stress me out, okay? That's like my whole thing. Like, I will not allow life or people to make me jaded, because I am responsible for the quality of my life experience. So I am the hiring director and the firing director in the movie of my life. So I get to hire and fire the people in my space. Don't nobody get to come up here and run shop. Don't nobody get to come over here and disturb the energy in this experience. That doesn't get to happen here. That doesn't get to happen here. So as a woman, understand that you are not a thermometer. where you change temperatures when people come in the room. You are the thermostat. You set the temperature, you set up the atmosphere of that room when you walk into it. Baby, let me tell you something. There's been times if you ever seen a woman walk into a room full of men and they just straighten up because they know a lady has walked into the room. That's the type of power you have as a woman when you tapped in. It's not about a size. It's not about what society says you should look like. It's not about any of that. It's about owning the fact that you know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made and that you are a source of inspiration. You are a muse. And baby, let me tell you something. When a muse enters a room, the hair on the back of people's necks stand up. That's the type of energy a muse brings when she enters into a room. But in order for you to be a source of inspiration, one has to be inspiring to oneself. Inspiring to one's self. So if the energy that you want for 2025 is it looks like more financial resources, because money is energy. If it looks like emotional fulfillment, because emotions are energy in motion by definition. If it's, let's say, time freedom, right? If it's healthy relationships, if it's growth and purpose, all of those things are going to be requiring you to be responsible for your energy and the reset of it. If you have been a toxic space for yourself, you're not a safe space for a healthy relationship. We gotta clean up the slow poison. We gotta find the source of the poison, and then we have to clean up the poison that's been slowly trickling. Because toxic by definition means to slowly poison. And a person that is healthy, why would they subject themselves or submit to an experience that would position them to be sick, especially if they've strived and worked so hard to be healthy? So really think about that from a relationship standpoint. Why would someone do that? See, when a person has done their work on themselves, they don't allow you to come in and disrupt what they have going on. Only people who haven't worked on themselves are people who allow people to come in and disrupt what they have going on. They don't do that. They don't do that. Thank you, my love. All praises to the Most High. They don't do that. Okay? But if you want to stop with those same cycles of exhaustion and misalignment, one aspect is why I created the Magnetism Reset Masterclass, and I'll talk about it a little bit down the line, but it's basically a step-by-step blueprint to reset your energy, reclaim that power, and magnetize wealth and opportunities, for yourself this year. And if you want to know what my track record is, I've taken my clients from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi-six. I've built a 6-figure business from the ground up. Figure plus. So if money is your aspect and wanting to gain more financial resources, that's one aspect. Women have come to work with me as well and have attracted and mended and created better and healthier relationships for themselves, not only romantically but friendship wise as well. The women who've come to work with me are more emotionally fulfilled, therefore they produce more. Okay. The women that come to work with me experience growth and purpose while they come to work with me. And the women that come to work with me have been put in a position to where they could free their time and leave their 9-to-5s. So all of those things fit into the category of generational wealth. Financial resources, emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, and growth and purpose. So if that is why you're here and that is what you desire for 2025, then this is going to support you. If you want more information we'll talk about the Magnetism Reset Masterclass towards the end. And I also have a newsletter that is dropping. And it's called the Magnetic Newsletter. And I'm so excited about it. And it's going to be dropping probably tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to go live and talk about that tomorrow as well. So you'll be getting that weekly. So yeah, I'm super excited. I am on IG, but I'm barely on IG because IG stressed me, girl. It stressed me. It do. Okay. So let's go ahead and get straight into what's been going on. You've been working hard, maybe like building your career, building your business, but you realize that honestly, all the hustling you've been doing, it hasn't brought you any of the freedom or fulfillment that you thought it would, or honestly, that the American dream promised that it would be, right? We're not getting it. It's a link in the bio to be able to get access to the masterclass. You're constantly busy. Maybe your energy feels very fragmented and feel like very, very all over the place. Maybe feeling like you're pouring from an empty cup. And that's what I'm hearing from a lot of women. Maybe you feel like, let's say, the wealth and opportunities that you created feel more so harder to keep up with or keep to sustain. And maybe you're just wondering if this is the life you really want right now, the life that you have. All of those things are okay. All of those things are okay to be like, I hate my life right now. I want to burn it to the ground and start over. You can do that. I am a person who teaches you how to collapse time, meaning how to shorten the process of you getting started and knocking out of your goals and achieving them faster, because I understand the process of how time works, which is a formula. It's a formula that has cause, effect, pattern, season, and then cycle. When you cause something, there's an effect, there's a pattern created, there's a season that it sits in, and if you sit in that season too long, it becomes a cycle. This is how you see people continue to repeat cycles, bad ones, over and over and over again. But if you learn that formula and you know how to do it from a space of understanding what it is that you want and being intentional, you can change your life by using that formula of time. Trying to launch my third business, exhausted. Girl, we're gonna have to get to work. Why are you exhausted? I want to ask you a couple of questions towards the end. Make sure you shoot me a DM. I don't want you exhausted, but make sure you stay on this live because you need the reset. Okay. If you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling tired, and you've been doing this business thing, you've been posting content, people are like, oh, post it, do this and do that. Energetics is everything. That's what they don't teach in business. A lot of times they don't teach it except for it's like on a high level. But energetics is going to be very important when it comes down to business. But let's get into why this whole thing is very important when it comes down to wealth, excuse me. Here's why it feels so hard doing all this work and not getting what you're getting. Wealth is an energetic equation. That's the first thing that you got to understand. Wealth is an energetic equation. And right now, your energy is kind of like out of alignment with the results that you're trying to create. For example, if you are a woman who says that you want a healthy relationship, right? You wouldn't entertain unhealthy relationships and you wouldn't entertain situationships because they don't fit the mold of energetically what you really desire. But the truth of the matter is, because you have misaligned energy, there's a friction between your thought process and your emotions, and that because of that friction that you're having, you're acting against what it is that you actually desire. That's a difference or a misalignment when it comes down to your energy and what that actually kind of looks like. So it's really, really important that you understand that when you want something, let's say money, let's say a healthy relationship, let's say better health, you have to be an energetic match for that. Hey, love, you have to be an energetic match for that. If you're not an energetic match for what you're asking for, you're going to lose it or you're going to mess it up. Trust me, you don't want something you're not prepared for. You don't want to be out here getting a business and you know you don't manage money well. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't want somebody getting $1 million and they don't know how to manage the money. That just does not make any sense. Okay. So if you're wanting to break free from these patterns, let's go ahead and get straight into why you need this reset. So you need this reset, number one, because you're at an energetic overload. Most people who are saying I'm overstimulated, you have an energetic overload happening. And then on top of that, you've been taught that you need to do more or work twice as hard. When in reality, doing more doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get better. Okay? The constant drain of this grinding that you're doing in your mind, because there's a mental grind, there's the emotional grind, which equals the physical grind. That's what's actually blocking you from not being able to attract the opportunities that you want. You're spending so much time doing the wrong thing. Or you might be doing the right thing, but you're doing it in the wrong spaces. And you're not getting the response that you really desire. And instead of you leaving that experience that is actually draining you, you stay there and you almost become devoted to it. And this is how women get themselves hurt, because they stick in situations and scenarios and experiences way too long, and when it doesn't go the way you think it should go, you feel like somebody owe you something for your years. See, and this is why you don't waste time. This is the biggest reason why you don't waste time, because when you waste time, you put yourself in position to become energetically overloaded. When you waste time in piss poor relationships, when you waste time mindlessly scrolling on social media, that becomes an overload. Energetic overload. You continuing to do more and more and more is not helping you attract the things that you want. You have to get in alignment to receive that. You got to offload all those things that you have going on. You got to offload all of those things that you have going on so that you can receive. One of the things that I teach my clients, when you come into the state of your femininity, your feminine energy, you need to learn, or you learn by working with me, how to release, receive, and reject. A lot of women in society don't know how to receive, release, and reject. You don't know how to release old beliefs. You don't even know how, you won't even let old clothes go. You don't believe me? Talk to the women who have picked up weight and are still holding on to clothes in their closet that they have not worn in years, yet they have not taken a step forward to shifting that experience so that they can fit those clothes. They just leave those clothes in the closet as some form of an illusion that they are one day going to get themselves together. We refuse. You don't want to let them clothes go. You don't want to let go of the pounds. You don't want to let go of the foods that don't help you. You don't want to let go of these things. You want to continue to hold it. Refusal to release makes it impossible for you to receive, which means that you are not rejecting. If you are not releasing your old thought processes, you cannot receive new ones. If you don't receive the new ones that strengthen you and that align you and that keep you set, then you don't know how to reject the ones that actually don't belong. So all of these things are extremely important. And you can do that with your thoughts. You can do that with your emotions. You can do that when it comes down to people. If you don't know how to release yourself from this situationship, you are not going to receive the relationship that you want. And because you done got yourself so caught up in this scenario that you won't release, you can't receive. Therefore, when that thing is finally done, you ain't really rejecting no men. You taking anything you can get. And this is exactly why women have come into that space where a piece of a man is at least some form of a man. That's where that came from. That mindset came from. You got to see the root of that. See, the root of that comes from that. I will just take whatever I can get. That's because now we've entered into the realm of you don't know how to reject. Some of y'all don't turn down dates. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't be so hard up for something like that you don't reject. See, when you don't know how to release, receive, and reject, you know what that means? You don't reject the offer when they give you the first offer when you go to work that 9 to 5. That's what they tell me. See, you telling on yourself. When you don't know how to release, receive, and reject, you don't know how to reject. So the first offer at the job they gave you for $50,000, when they had about $75,000 for you, you took that because you were so happy to be in the room. You so happy to be on a date. You're going to go out with somebody you don't like, not realizing that you are energetically sowing a seed of deception into the universal algorithm. And like it says in scripture, God is not mocked, for whatever man sows ye shall reap. You think you playing him for a meal, and he finna play you like a fiddle. Because you have no idea who you're dealing with. Because you don't understand energetic principles. So you don't realize the more you give your time to something, that means you are giving your attention to something. And the more you give your attention to something, the easier it is to manipulate your energy. And emotions are energy in motion. So the more attention you looking at this dude, he really ain't that bad. The more I look at him, he got this going on. I know I ain't like him, but I'm starting to think I like him. And then you married to him talking about you don't like him. You never liked him. You knew that before you went out, but you had to go get a free meal. You ain't been on a date in a while. You wanted somebody to treat you special because you don't treat yourself special. So you're looking for somebody else to do it. But you don't understand that people don't treat you special if you don't treat yourself special. Everything is about the energetics, my love. You know why women certain women just get taken care of no matter where they go and what they do? It's because it's very evident that those women are taken care of. They either are taking care of themselves, or something or someone is really taking care of her. So if I come to her, I know I'm going to have to take care of her. And it's not even because of what she got on. It's the energy she exudes. It's the energy she exudes. People don't have a problem investing in good ground. People don't have a problem investing in good ground. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is think about the stock market. As soon as somebody starts telling y'all, everybody needs to go buy this, I earn money, what y'all finna do? Go right over there and give your money to it. Whether or not you know it's true or not, but you just heard it was good ground. It looked like good ground because everybody over there, so let me go get some of that good ground. But I know I need to have me some money to have some good ground. Let me go ahead and get this so I can get this money to good ground. The reason why, and as a woman, you are an investment. And if you are not being treated as an investment, guess what? That means you are not being seen as good ground. And in spaces where you are not being seen as good ground, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to evacuate spaces that don't see you as good ground. And then the second thing, you need to ask and assess yourself to see, are you good ground? Do you believe that you are good ground? And what does that actually look like? And what does that mean that you are good ground? Okay? If I was to talk to myself, for example, with that, to see if I am good ground, right? I know that I'm good ground. How do I know that I'm good ground? Because the energy that I provide is life support energy. My words can either build nations or destroy them. This is what I understand about myself. This is what I understand about the power behind my speech. This is why I'm very careful about what I say and what I do and how I handle myself, right? Because I understand that about myself, I'm very, very careful about where I build. See, I don't build on sand, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I don't build on sand. So you can't come over here and tell me, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I've been always wanting to do this. I've been always wanting to do that. It's giving quicksand. Because how many years have we been sitting over here? We have not developed a form of foundation. And you want me to give my energy and build on top of that? I will not. I will not. Only a fool would build his house on quicksand. When it talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, when she did to go scout out land, she was checking it out before she bought it, before she invested in it. See, when you decide as a woman to stop being a giver and start being a sower, you become a little bit more choosy about where you invest your time, your energy, your attention, and your money, because you understand energetics, you understand law. And the last thing that you want to do is sow a seed into the universal algorithm that, oh my God, I will go out with anyone just to have a date. That's how y'all begin played. That's how y'all begin played. Because you're so energetically overloaded that you have not released these things, that you don't allow yourself to receive things, so you reject nothing. You reject nothing. If you can't turn down a date, you can't convince me you ain't turned down, or that you turned down the first salary offer that they gave you at that job. Because no, you didn't. Because you didn't speak up for yourself on that. Absolutely not. So doing and doing more does not equate better. And I say this all the time. You energetically overload yourself by being a people pleaser, by not being yourself. Let me also say this, for those who work 9 to 5s. You energetically overload yourself every time you code switch. You energetically overload yourself every time you put on that mask to go to work. See, one thing about me, I'm not really good at wearing masks. And I think the pandemic taught everyone that the longer you wear a mask, the harder it is for you to breathe. Okay? So, you energetically overload yourself when you do anything that is in resistance to who you truly are. Saying yes to things that you need to be saying no to. Showing up in spaces that you really don't want to be in. Like all of these things. You energetically overload yourself by being a people pleaser, and you are a you. Do you understand that you're in spiritual violation with God when you people please? Do you understand that? Because how can you please people and please the one that created you, and understand that people are never satisfied? Are you ever satisfied? Are you ever satisfied? So why are you trying to satisfy people? People are insatiable. Don't you understand that? And the increasingly degenerate that society gets, the more insatiable people become, because they feel like at convenience they already feel like they should know your business. You went out on a date and you decided to post it online, and then you don't want to post dude no more. You didn't change your name to your middle name and all of this, and your last name off, and you ain't with him no more. Y'all done got divorced, and now everybody feel like they entitled to your business. See, that's how people feel. Reality TV and social media have made people feel like they have a right to be in your business, to be all in your space. But that's what happens when you don't really have those boundaries. Hey, JB, my love. Like, for real. People don't understand that. They're not paying attention to that. You are energetically overloading yourself when you are out here trying to people please. When you out here doing things that go against who you truly are. Why is you lying? The energy ain't lying. And that's why the algorithm never rewards you. All that nice stuff you do for people. Let me help y'all out. I'm just being nice. I'm doing this. I'm such a big-hearted person. I'm always giving. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing this. The reason why the universal algorithm that was created by God is not responding to you and giving you things that you want is because you have ill motives when you are doing these things. You are doing this in the name of looking like a good person. You are doing this in the name of wanting somebody to do this for you. You are doing this in the name of approval. You are doing this in the name to be seen. You are not doing this from a cheerful space. Well, you are not being a cheerful giver. You are in spiritual violation, and that is why you are not getting the result that you want. Because you are doing it from a place of fear. You are doing it from a place of just, it ain't right. The energy ain't right. You ain't giving without detachment. You can't give your last and be detached from that. That's why you shouldn't give your last. Who told you to do that? The Most High didn't even tell you to do that. Who told you to do that? Who told you to give your last? Who? The last of your time, the last of your energy, the last of your attention, the last of your money. Who told you to do that? Nobody told you to do that. You know, you did that in the name of being a good person. But a good person wouldn't treat themselves like that, because it tells you in scripture that you are to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Y'all don't love these people. Y'all don't love these people. You don't even love yourself. Because if you did, you wouldn't overload yourself with the energetics of other people. You wouldn't overload yourself with the things of this world that really don't have power over you. You would actually be operating from a space of dominion. But no, you overloaded, you overstimulated, because there's too much access to you. That's why you're overstimulated. Y'all done piss me off today. You are overstimulated because too many people and too many things and too many entities and too much electronics has access to you. You always on that phone. You always got something playing. You don't know how to sit in silence. It tells you to be still and know that the Most High is the Most High. In Psalm 46:10, you won't even sit still enough to hear an answer from God, but you stay out here crying. You stay out here. It's too much access to you. I can't put my phone on Do Not Disturb because why not? Baby, you better ask the folks in my family. My phone stay on Do Not Disturb. I stay getting roasted because my phone stay on Do Not Disturb, because when I say you're not going to get on my nerves, and when I say you're not going to bother me, and when I say I'm not being bothered, and when I say I'm not answering the phone, I ain't answering the phone. And I don't care what's going on. If somebody out then left this earth, guess what? They still going to be gone by the time I get back to the phone. If somebody is gone, they still gonna be gone. Don't call me at 3 a.m. talking about such and such. Don't call me unless it's something where I have to be there directly. Don't you call me at 3 a.m. talking about somebody gone. They gonna be gone when I get up. Don't you hit the notify anyway. Cause you don't like the way I'm gonna notify you when I get the notification. Cause they still gonna be gone by the time I get up. That's what you better know. Unless I need to be in a building, don't you overload that with me, because I ain't going to be able to go back to sleep. So even when I do finally show up in a space that I need to be, I'm not even energetically rooted, because I couldn't even get sleep. Because guess what? The final sleep, that's happening every day. People leaving and exiting and making that final sleep every single day. That's what's happening. This rest I need to be able to deliver and do whatever I need to do, I need this rest today. So don't call me with that. Don't call me at 3 a.m. screaming and get me like that, because my heart is open. And energetically, I will carry that, which is why my phone is on Do Not Disturb. Don't call me with that. I'm gonna find out in the morning. I'm going to find out in the morning. Stop letting people make their emergency your urgency. That's why you overloaded. Stop saying yes to things that you need to say no to. The scripture tells you, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Scripture ain't told you to make no explanation. No, I can't come because, hey, you going to be able to? No, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's me. With a smile. Because I don't care. You're like, for what? If I can't do it, I'm not going to do it. If it's not in me to do, I'm not doing it. I don't care who feels what about that. Because I know the reason of why I can't do it. You know what? And when they take it personal, that's their problem. One of the 4 agreements, one of my favorite books. Don't stop taking stuff personal, baby. Don't take it personal. What people do ain't about you. Never. It's not. People are going to do what's best for them. And this is what I have to tell women who struggle with abandonment issues when people ghost them. Let me give you a quick tip. Okay? For those who really struggle with people who ghost, I don't care. Not really. And the reason why I'm saying it like that is because I understand that people do things according to themselves. When somebody gets up and they decide that they want to be done, I'm not making that about me. That has nothing to do with me. That is not my experience. I don't know what is happening. That could have been for my protection. And I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. Deal with the feelings that I wish you could have communicated with me, but you didn't. And move on. But all that energetic overload. Now you worry about, I just want to know why. Why do you need to know that somebody, why do you need to know why? Why do you need to know why someone didn't even have the strength, the dignity, or the courage to face you and tell you? Why do you need to know why about a person like that? Why do you need to figure out what's going on with someone who decided to be cowardice? What do you think is going to happen when you confront a coward? Do you expect them to tell you the truth? Do you expect them to give you what are you really expecting? What you're going to get is an energetic overload because you're going to be confused. Because you're still not going to get the answer that you want. You're still not going to get the answer you want. You're not. I didn't mean to like the live. I was trying to comment. You're not. Here's the second reason why you need to reset your magnetism, okay? Or get in a space why your energy needs a reset so you can magnetize wealth. The misaligned actions aspect of it. When your actions aren't aligned with deeper purpose or desires or anything like that, what ends up happening is that you create resistance instead of flow. There's a law called the law of non-resistance, basically which you're not fighting against the current. When you do things and there is no purpose, you are automatically fighting against the current. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. You're fighting against the current in your own life. Okay? When somebody say they don't want you and you try to fight harder, you're fighting the current. When a company shows you they don't care about you and you keep complaining and doing this, you're fighting the current. When you find yourself in a space and you continue to do things for a person and do more and do this and you're thinking that it's going to change it, you're fighting the current. And what happens when you fight a current, ladies? I've never known anyone to fight a current and win. I've never seen or heard of anyone fighting a current actually win. The current ends up taking them over. Whatever you hold on to and you can't let go of, it's dragging you. You understand that? It's dragging you. When you try to fight the current in water, it's going to drown you. It's going to overtake you. You're working harder and you're seeing fewer results. Why don't you stop fighting the current? Why don't you stop going against yourself? Because that's what's happening. Misaligned actions. We don't. Everything you do should be going towards the greater good. Even when you eat, what's the goal of you eating? See, a lot of people. I used to be 100 pounds heavier. So let's talk about this real quick, right? When you think about food, what's the goal of you eating? Really? What's the goal? Oh, I just want to get full. That's why half of society's sick. That's why half of society's sick. I just want to get, I'm so hungry. Oh, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. We just a glutton society. Food is medicine. Food is fuel. But see, when you see food is medicine, food is fuel, when you pick something up to eat it, you're going to be thinking, food is medicine, food is fuel. This ain't medicine. This ain't fuel. It's the difference between filling up and fueling up. Okay? So when we're talking about all your actions need to be aligned to the highest aspect of who you're becoming and who you claim you want to be, it needs to go towards that. So if you're eating something, right, it should be going towards you being healthier because that's the goal, right? That's what you say the goal is. If you're out here dating, and let's just say, which I don't recommend this, and if you ask me why, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to get into it otherwise. I don't recommend women making marriage a goal when you're dating. But if that's a goal when you're dating, then you need to be very clear that all of your actions align with the type of woman that is seeking marriage only. Okay? You can't be out here having these misaligned actions and saying that this is what you want for your life. All your actions need to lead back to the vision, which is why it tells you without a vision the people will perish. If you don't have a vision, that's why you perishing. That's why people eat to fill up. They getting sick and they perishing because there's no vision for what you're supposed to do with the food. You think you're supposed to eat the food and it's supposed to comfort you. That's the whole thing around Thanksgiving. We done forgot what really happened. We done forgot what really happened, what they really celebrate Thanksgiving for. Now we just sitting around the table filling up, getting sicker. You got to understand, misaligned actions are not going to position you for ascension. It's not. In your opinion, should dating be to learn yourself more as a woman? Some aspects of it is. Because you're learning, when you're dating, you're learning what you like and what you don't like. And sometimes you don't know what you like and what you don't like until you're presented with that, if that makes sense. You don't know you don't like this type of man until you have actually gone out on a date with this type of man to say, you know what, I don't think I really care for men who who talk about their exes all of the time when we're on dates. He seemed like a really nice guy, but he continued to talk about his ex all the time. That's not really attractive to me. So I kind of went on too many dates with him. Maybe I went on 3 dates with him and he kept talking about it. Once I see on the first date that that's all he's talking about, I'm not going to allow a second date. That's how you can handle that. So it's just one of those things to where it's not that you can't learn things, but you learn a lot about yourself when you're dating. Okay? Most times, absolutely. Went on a date with this man who didn't open doors for me, never saw me again. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, that's the thing. You know what you want. You know what you want. So the key thing is, if you know what you want, make sure your actions stay in alignment with that. When you see that there are things that don't align with what you truly desire, then cut it. Especially what you desire long term. Most women are thinking about long term. But your actions have to align with long term, whatever long term looks like for you. Okay? So, but one thing for sure is that doing stuff and hoping to get something is not going to work. You have to actually have a vision and a plan that you follow for everything that you're doing. Dating, health, business. There needs to be a vision. Got it. I'm in a current state where I'm learning how to date. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure your boundaries. It's okay to. Let me tell you what I can tell you about boundaries when it comes down to date. It's okay to have gates. Don't build castle walls. Got that? Does that make sense? Thank you, my love, for these gifts. It's totally cool to have gates. Okay? We're talking about boundaries in the form of gates. I want you to think about yourself as a house, right? You have gates outside of your house. Okay? They're not walls, that are so tall that you can't climb over them. You have gates. And when it comes down to your gates, you let who you want to let in your gates. You understand what I'm saying? You are the person who opens the gate door. So boundaries are gates, not walls. As long as walls, it becomes you're isolating yourself. It's kind of like isolating yourself in the castle off. But gates, that's how you see boundaries when it comes down, really, in any aspect, dating or whatever. Okay. The third reason why your energy needs a reset to magnetize wealth, you have too many emotional energy leaks. What I mean by that is every time you operate from a space of stress, fear, what else? Frustration, or you're creating basically from a space of scarcity. You're creating it from a space of lack. That's really what ends up happening. Wealth requires a foundation of emotional clarity and abundance. Okay? That is what's required. Shoot me a DM and then I'll send you a link for my one-on-one sessions. And in the one-on-one session with the price point, if you feel like you want to work further, let's just say within the next 30 to 45 days, that balance that you paid to work with me will go towards the program, the Magnetic Muse, if that's something that you decide that you want to go get into. But send me a DM. I'll send you a link if you want the one-on-one session with me. When it comes down to this emotional energy leaks, there are several different kinds and different ways that your energy may be getting leaked. Your energy could be getting leaked from your family. Your energy could be getting leaked from men that you're dealing with that aren't right for you. Your energy could be getting leaked from corporate. Your energy could be getting leaked in any aspects. Anytime you operate from fear, frustration, stress, or create from a space of lack, that whole aspect, your energy is leaking all over the place. And that's very, very dangerous. That's very, very dangerous for you as a woman, because as women, that's what we do. We give energy in that sense, right? We very much so are amplifiers. We amplify things. So because of that, you need to always make sure your supply is always full. Your supply is always good. Your supply is always what it needs to be for you. You don't allow people to suck your energy dry. Friends, family, corporate, men, none of those things. Okay? And if you always want to check and see where the drains are in your life, you ask the Most High to reveal them to you. Well, what does that look like? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. Ask. You need to start asking about people. That's another thing. Women be scared to ask the Most High about men, because you be wanting this man to be your man so bad. You be wanting this man to be the one so bad. You be wanting this job to be the job so bad. You be wanting this business idea to be the business idea so bad. You be wanting this client to be the one so bad that take you to the next level. When, no. All I can say is just no. You don't want to ask because you don't want the truth. You don't want to ask because you scared that the Most High going to tell you no. Do you not understand if you getting told no in this scenario is for your protection? Imagine somebody being able to sit in a helicopter in the sky and look down and see what a bomb is in this building, and you begging to go in this building so bad, and they're like, please, on the mic to you, please, don't go in there. But it looked fun in there. I really want to go in there. I've been wanting to go in there all my life. I've been waiting all this time. And I really want to go in there. Please don't go in there. You still begging to go. At some point, you'll be just like, you know what? Go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go. I'll be here when you get back. That's what be happening. Like, seriously. Begging to go and be in spaces that are going to cause you harm is crazy. You understand? Rejection be protection. But your obsession taking you in a whole nother direction. And that's the problem. Okay? That's a problem. It's a big problem. And now your energy leaking every single way, all because you won't ask. Ask questions about people. Ask God. Ask the Most High about folks. I promise you, gonna know. But be prepared to listen. Be prepared to move. Be prepared to do whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. Alignment is not just an idea. It's something you need to be paying attention to when it comes down to your whole life. Your whole life. The Most High just revealed to me about someone, and I'm most grateful. Amen. Period. It's so important and so vital that you understand alignment in your life, alignment in how you make money, alignment in your relationships, alignment in all aspects of life is so important. It's important for your life to be in sync, to be in alignment, because that is how you're able to receive. Being in alignment is you being at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You can catch it. Think about the pitcher, not the pitcher. Think about the catcher on a baseball team. He has to be at the right place at the right time in the right moment to receive. That is alignment. And when you understand that, it's a spiritual principle. Number one, when you align your energy with your divine purpose and what it is you actually supposed to be doing, your divine purpose in relationship, your divine purpose when it comes down to how you actually create income for yourself, your divine purpose when it comes down to your actual life. When you get into that, that's when wealth naturally flows to you. All of a sudden, and if you don't believe me, listen and think about all the women that say, I wasn't even looking for nothing or nobody. I was really focused on myself and I just met my spouse. Or I wasn't doing anything. I just went out and did this and I ended up meeting this person. And now we're going to end up working together. It's when you are focused on what you are supposed to be focused on is when you actually start attracting. When you focus on yourself, that's when you become attractive to everything else outside of yourself. Everything else outside of you finds you so attractive when you are pouring into you, when you are obsessing over your next move and your next level and what is best for you. People become obsessed with you. Y'all be out here talking about something. I want somebody to be so obsessed. No, you don't. Number one. But number two, you become obsessed with yourself and people will become magnetized and hypnotized by your essence and your presence and your energy that they will crave to be in your experience. Then you got to keep closing the gate. I'm telling you what I know and I'm telling you what I've been able to support my clients with. You're going to have to close the gate because people going to be trying to run to the gate. You're like, hold on. Let me check your ID. Let me make sure you're good. Let me check this. Then you got to start really checking folks that's coming your way. Trust me. That's the type of milkshake they bring everybody to the yard. When you are alluring, when you are doing what is necessary for yourself, baby, you're going to have to close the gate. When you are in alignment, wealth naturally flows to you. When you are misaligned, you repel the very abundance that you are working so hard to create but never seem to get in your hands. That's exactly what that is, okay? And I want you to really start thinking about what if you were in a space where you could start your days feeling more energized, more focused, more deeply aligned with your goals. Same to you. Picture yourself attracting the type of wealth that you really want in those 5 pillars that we talked about. Think about the opportunities that you could attract effortlessly if you really got in that space. Not because you're doing more, but because your energy just aligns exactly where it's supposed to be and is getting the results that you want. Okay. Another example of that is like finding the right type of lifestyle eating habits for yourself and finding the right type of workout for yourself. When you find the right combo, that's when that body start bodying. Do you hear me? That's energetics. That's a perfect example of energetics. The right workout. Okay? The right lifestyle eating aspects, okay? Putting those two things together, and then managing your emotions, you a bad girl. You finna do some great things. Okay? It's so vital and so important for you to understand energetics. I love what you said about ovulation phase so I can track my creativity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want y'all to think about this too for those who are operating career, business, all those things. What if you could lead a life in a business that comes from a place of flow where you're magnetizing, a business that comes from a place of flow where you're magnetizing the type of wealth that you want to your space instead of chasing it. Okay? What if you could actually do that? That actually happened for one of my clients. Hold that question for me. Well, I'm coming. I got you. One of my clients came to me. She was completely drained. She was leading a very successful business. And she was doing everything, but she was really burnt out when she got to me. She had hit 6 figures, drained, just all over the place. So we had to do a lot of resetting of her energy. We reset her energy. We aligned her cycles in the time frame that we worked together with her natural rhythm, and everything began to shift for her. Not only did she reclaim her energy, but she turned around and she hit the highest month that she had ever hit in business without having to do any additional work. And all of that came from that energy reset, and she was able to magnetize and magnify what it is that she had. Okay, so it's very important that you do that, and I'm going to tell you the 4 steps on how you can do that and what that actually looks like. Quick question: what would you consider the symptoms of energy leaking? As far as who? As far as the person whose energy that is being leaked, or the leaker, the person who is, or the situation that's actually draining you? Who we speaking about? Let me know in the comments. While she's doing that, here are the 4 ways that you can reset. You say yes. So yes is for which one? The person who's being leaked, drained. I mean, number one, first things first, your nervous system is gonna let you know when something is off. So unless you are that disconnected from your core, if you are disconnected from your core, you may not recognize your tiredness, your exhaustion, your being drained. You won't really recognize that as this person or this situation is draining me. You're just looking at it like, oh, I gotta work, or that's just what comes with relationships, or that's just this, or that's just that. When you start paying attention to how your body responds to things, how you're feeling around an individual, what your nervous system is doing around an individual. For me, and this is just mine, and it's different for everyone. When something is off for me, immediately I get this in my stomach, and then it climbs up all the way from up here to here, and it sends a shiver down my spine directly back to the spot where it started. That lets me know, stop, something is wrong, something is off, you are in danger. And see, for some people that's butterflies. Oh, I got butterflies when I see you. That is a warning. Every man I've ever had butterflies for, it was a warning. Because it was something else behind that. And so I've learned to, when I feel it, not fight it, not fight the current. Even if I feel it on the first date. And I'm going to sit there. I'm going to continue to enjoy my date. And we're not going to do this again. I ain't finna go home and be like, God, what happened? I mean, but he seemed like he was so cool. I don't know. I don't need to know. What I do know is that ain't no coincidence. That ain't no coincidence. And the minute I feel that, I go on higher alert. I'm still feminine. I'm still warm. But I am alert. Because I have been given a warning that I didn't ask for. And see, the Most High, you can go straight to the Most High and ask for what it is that you desire. But the fact that you gave me a warning and I didn't even ask for it, oh, I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I'm not missing that. See, you need to pay attention. You need to not only ask for things, but you need to pay attention to the things that you get that you didn't ask for. You need to pay attention to the things that you didn't ask for but are being revealed to you. Very vital and very, very important. Okay? So let's talk about how we're going to reset this energy so that you can start magnetizing well. Okay? The first thing that you have to do is you have to clear out all this noise. Start by cutting out everything that's not aligned. Okay? Look at your calendar, look at your commitments, even your thoughts. If it does not serve your vision, you need to let it go. If you don't have a vision, you need to be trying to get with me in the Magnetic Muse. And that's not a joke and not a game. I'm sorry. As a woman in 2025, you should not be out here walking around visionless. If you are walking... I want to say this correctly. But I don't know any other way to say it but to just say it for what it is. If you don't have a vision, if you are a visionless woman, you are setting yourself up to be a victim. If you are a visionless woman, You are setting yourself up to be a victim. Because without a vision, the people will perish. And don't tell me about what you got on your vision board, because it tells you to write the vision down and make it plain. Because when you write the vision down and make it plain, guess what? It becomes a law. And when you speak it out loud, you are responsible for the power and everything that you have spoken when it comes down to that law. And if you decide to disobey that law or not honor that law, don't get mad at with the people in your life who don't honor your laws and don't honor your boundaries and don't honor the things that you think are important. Period. If you're a visionless woman in 2025, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. And I ain't even playing about that. You are in big trouble, sweetheart. Because here's the problem. If you don't have a vision, you got to think about the vision that is being had for you. See, if you don't have one, somebody got one for you. And I wouldn't be trying to ride nobody else's vision. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's just me. The second thing that you're going to have to do to reset your energy and start magnetizing wealth into your space is to reclaim your emotional energy. And this is going to look like you setting time and daily, okay? So that you can practice how to practice restoring your emotional balance, whether it's journaling, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditation. Your emotional energy is the foundation of your results, because if you can't get yourself in a position to execute because you don't feel like it, then you ain't gonna never get nothing done. You don't feel like working out. It ain't about your mood. It's about, see, the reason why you can't get your mood together is because you're not in sync with your menstrual cycle, which is gonna bring me to the third thing. The third, how to reset your energy, is to align with your feminine rhythm. You need to tap into your natural cycles and your rhythm as a woman. Stop forcing yourself to operate in ways that you were not designed to. You are not a man. You are not a man. Men are supposed to work to the sweat of their brow. Y'all forgot that part? Y'all think it's y'all brow? Oh, okay then. Stop forcing yourself to operate in ways that aren't sustainable and start leaning into flow and leaning into your God-given intuition. Are you insane? Thank you, my love, for these gifts. Why work hard when you can work smart? What's the point of that? For real, though. Tap into your natural cycles. If you don't know how to work your menstrual cycle and you don't understand it, you need to get the Magnetism Reset Masterclass ASAP. ASAP. Because it's going to help you elevate your mood. That's going to help you position yourself to make money. That's going to position yourself to get better healthy. The results that I've been able to get women get one of three results, or they get all three results coming to work with me. Women, either they master their emotions for sure. They get that. Number 2, they make more money. Number 3, they end up getting healthier. I used to be almost 100 pounds heavier. My client used to be 40 pounds heavier. Another client used to be 50 pounds heavier since we've been working with me. Another client, 60 pounds heavier. Another client lowered her A1C after working with me. Another client improved her liver function working with me. So we're going to either get you're going to get your emotions right, we're going to get your money right, or we're going to get your body moving right. That's what's going to happen when you come over here. That's what happens in the Magnetism Reset Masterclass. You get the formula for that. Because there is a way to be able to use your brain where it expands a certain kind of way. You, like she said, you can make more money. You can be more creative, but you don't know how to use that. You feel like you're stuck doing what you're doing. So you reset your energy to magnetize as well by clearing out all that mental noise, all that crap that you got going on. You reclaim your emotional energy. You align with your feminine rhythm and stop fighting against it. And you take aligned action, which looks like every single day you ask yourself, what is one action I can take today that feels aligned with my vision, that will take me closer to my vision? Y'all make this harder than what it has to be. Y'all feel like y'all got to take 10 steps because y'all watching somebody year 7 and comparing it to your day 1. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. You need to reset this energy. You need to really clear out. You need to really reclaim your emotions. You need to really get in alignment with your rhythm. And you really need to take aligned action if you want to magnetize wealth and manifest the things that you desire and what you really want. If you don't reset your energy now in 2025, you're going to feel like exactly how you felt in 2024. You are. You're going to feel exactly like that. Hey, Joseph. You're going to feel exactly like that. If you are prepared to get in alignment and take those steps so that you can magnetize the wealth that you need, click the link in the bio and grab the Magnetism Reset Masterclass. You can get it for $150. You get it with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. To be able to get it, it is going to support you in those 3 areas when it comes down to your movement, when it comes down to your money, when it comes down to your movement. This is about what you really want for yourself. A lot of y'all say, oh, I want financial resources, or I want this, I want that. You ain't going to get that if you won't become an energetic match. You won't get that if you don't understand the dynamics of how you operate. You're not going to get that in that space if you don't do your work. Let me tell you something about 2025, and I'm just going to put y'all on game with this. You either going, whatever is in your space, going to magnify. Whatever you magnetize, going to be magnified. If you magnetize a monstrosity of a mess into your life, it's going to be magnified. It's going to be magnified. The masterclass isn't, this masterclass is already pre-recorded. Okay? But you do get access to some other aspects, and there's some more information if you want to come in and work with me directly. So the masterclass, let me also tell you about the other program. So, and I was saying the 15th, but it's going to be actually the 17th because I wanted to drop on Feminine Friday. I have a program called the Magnetic Muse. It is a program where we have an option for 12 weeks, and then we have an option for 6 months. And if you have worked with me before or purchased from me recently, then you have the option of a 6-week option to come and work in the Magnetic Muse. All of those offers are 4-figure offers. The 6-week option is on the lower end. The 6-month option is on the higher end of that scale. It just depends on what you want. During this aspect of the Magnetic Muse, if you want more information about the program in detail and what it takes for you to be able to join, DM me the word Muse with your email, and then you're going to get an email from me. I'm going to let you know when it's sent. Check your spam, check all that, review all of the information to see if you want to be a part of this amazing program, because the program is going to be focused on women who want to really, really use their magnetism and their essence of being a muse to actually magnetize all the things that they desire in the areas of wealth. I have supported women, like I said, in all key 5 areas of the ways that I was speaking about wealth. I've helped women increase their financial resources. I've helped women become more emotionally fulfilled. I've helped women gain time freedom by leaving their 9-to-5s. I've supported women, in building healthier relationships, and I've supported women in growth and purpose. So if you're really wanting to build generational wealth, that is how I'm going to be able to support you in the Magnetic Muse program, where you get to embody the fullness of your essence. And if you ever worked with me before, or if you've been in the Sacred Feminine League, you understand how powerful it is when we get together and work in community. The last community, the Sacred Feminine League, we just ended that community this past Monday. And the women in that community were absolutely, absolutely amazing. And some of them are going to be transitioning into the Magnetic Muse program. So if that is something that you're interested in, you want more information on it, you want to activate your muse, your magnetic muse on the inside of you, so that you are a source of inspiration to self. Therefore, you are a source of inspiration to things that are around you. And therefore, you begin to magnetize and manifest the things that you truly desire in your space. Then DM me the word Muse, so you can get the type of support that you truly, truly desire. Okay? What questions do you guys have for me? I'm going to take a few questions, and then I got to get off here because I got to go. What questions do you have? And like I said, the Magnetic Muse letter is going to be coming out on tomorrow. So I'm really, really excited about that. You're welcome. What is a great way to figure out your creative purpose? I would say, one, I'm going to automatically go to creative and witty inventions in your very being. So you need to assess yourself for the things that you do naturally, spiritually, that come to you. And think about the things that people come to you for, if we're speaking about that in that space. She said, I just want to create. I'm an artist at heart. Okay. So if you just want to create and you're an artist at heart, then what skill set do you have? Do you do well in the area of artistry that is in high demand? Or what is it about you that is so unique that people would want to buy your art and invest in your art? You have to be able to articulate the value. So what I would tell you, League of Our Own, would be to get the Speak Right Teach course that I have. It's a crash course in creating value that gets you paid. So what that looks like is, in the case of your art, you need to be able to articulate the value of what it is that you're presenting, what it is that you've created. You need to be able to articulate that to the point that it's felt, using your art, using the story that you're telling behind that, because you have to be able to articulate that value in order for money to be attracted to you, if that makes sense. So Speak Right Teach would be a really, really good course for you if that's something that you're interested in. Okay? And that's all about the articulation of value. You're welcome. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Amita, for congratulations on the newsletter. Thank you for the follow. Did I miss any other questions before I get ready to get off here? All right, sunshines. I think we might be good to go. All right, y'all. Thank you for the ones who have clicked the link in the bio and who have purchased, because I can see some of those have come through. So congratulations to those who have purchased the masterclass. And I'm going to be responding to those who have DM'd me the word muse, because I can kind of see those coming in as well. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that in regard to any products or services. Click the link in the bio to be able to check out my book, where I'm talking about specifically retiring your cape, okay? Getting the energetics together. Go ahead and grab that book. You can get it on Amazon or Kindle. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. So let me know if y'all have any questions. I hope that y'all have an amazing, amazing day. Lord willing, I will see y'all on tomorrow. That is the plan. So I will talk to y'all soon. Happy, 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 happy day. Peace, y'all.